Hmm. Wow, what just happened? Is this thing even... Is it even... I can't even tell if it's still going or not. What the... Oh, there's the search icon. It's been camouflaged and I can't see anything. And it just keeps doing that. And as soon as I click on that, it doesn't want to do anything. Maybe if I... Hang on. Okay. I hope you guys can see this, but I could be wrong. Oh, no. No, well, technically that's not, it's not showing anything, but wow. I can't believe, what the heck, man. It'd be bad. It'd be bad if you seen the other direction. I knew they were gonna have some crazy stuff on here, but okay. Oh man. These people are really getting insane. Like, seriously. Oh, wait. Junot Davis, 16, was shot in the neck and killed Saturday in Baltimore. No one has even mentioned her. I'll honor her here on my page. So sad. Such a beautiful girl gone way too soon. Rip Junot. Heart, stop the violence. I definitely agree.
Your time, sir. Just want to ask why you're here today.
To show respect to our memorials and protect them from thugs that have no respect for this country whatsoever.
So you're just here just to protect the war memorials?
The memorials and protect our dignity and our respect. We're not here for trouble or to cause trouble. We're here on a peaceful demonstration to prove our loyalty to this country.
And what do you make of the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan,
Sadiq Khan should be arrested and shot as a terrorist, calling us thugs, and we've served our country all these years, and there are many people here that have served their country and many that are dead serving this country. That man is an out-and-out traitor.
He actually referred to everyone here today as far right. Do you see yourself as far right?
We are not far right. We are veterans of the British Army. We serve our Queen and our country, and even though we're not in full service, we still do it today. And we only kneel to the fallen.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Your time, sir. Just want to ask why you're here today.
No repeats. One's enough. I'm about to put a warning disclaimer on this, if I can. Usually, like, you can't even take these down once they're up. At least I don't know. I don't know. You can play this.
When I say I'm pissed off at Black Lives Matter, I'm talking about the white people who scream Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about the black people who scream Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about the Asian and the Hispanic people who scream Black Lives Matter. If you scream Black Lives Matter and you don't say nothing about David Dorn, then you are a hypocrite and you don't care about every black life. You don't. And this is why people can't take Black Lives Matter serious. We can't take them seriously because they are a bunch of hypocrites. Everybody's life matter at the end of the day. Don't just get pissed off when a police officer kill a black. Have that same energy when a black kill a black or when some Hispanic kill a black. Okay? But at the end of the day, as humans, we should all be mad about somebody being murdered that did not deserve to be killed at all. We should all be mad. Let's stop focusing on what color this person is. That don't matter. We all matter. Human lives matter. Humans matter. All lives matter at the end of the day. And that's not taken away from George Floyd. We need to understand it is not evil. It is not black people versus white people. It is evil people versus good people. And good people, we all need to stand together and come together and root out all the evil. We have to do it together. Let's stop race baiting, okay? Let's stop it. Let's stand up for every life. Not just one life every now and then.
Oh, wait. I almost did a replay there.
You mentioned earlier that this is a common occurrence where people come in able to speak and they just have low oxygen levels and they're put on a vent. So what's going on there?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea how.
Whoa.
They're assuming everybody is just the same. There's no individuality.
Okay, hold on a minute. They're putting, and this was June 14th? Dude, they're putting people on ventilators that don't even have, I'm not going to say the whole word, I'll just say C19. Nah, they can't bullshit me with that. And apparently these people are being murdered for money. This is in New York City. This is a nurse saying this. And, okay, I guess I'll just let her finish. Man.
Anymore. These residents, I think a lot of them are just stone cold. You know, there's no emotion, and they don't view people as people anymore. And it's really sad. Like, I came a little bit later, you know, after the big rush, but there was still a lot of people coming in, and a lot of us were just in shock. Within the first couple days, you could see exactly what was going on.
My bigger problem with this whole scenario is when they intubate people who don't need it. Yeah, and it looks very clear to me that they're just pushing it.
You almost feel like you are literally living in the Twilight Zone, and you feel like you're the only sane one in a bunch of insane people. And it's scary because these are the people that others are trusting to take care of them, and they're really doing the opposite. I'm to the point where I'm afraid that I'm going to start thinking that this is normal. I don't want to ever get to that point because they think that.
Oh, I can't. Now, she actually drops the C word there, and I really want to play this. I'll leave a link in the comments for you all to check this out for yourself. Definitely give a thanks to Jason for the links to this Twitter feed, because he was the one who basically provided it, and I'm very thankful for that. You got to definitely spread as much awareness about this stuff as possible so that people be able to put a stop to a lot of the stuff that's happening.
Look at this white girl. Look at the white girl trying to set shit on fire. Look at the white girl trying to burn down the Wendy's. This wasn't us. This wasn't us. Look at this white girl.
I don't even know if you guys can even see this or not. Like I said, I'm still like getting used to this whole stream thing. And I am not playing that. Apparently, I think that was Howard Stern. The dude did a really Yeah, I'm not getting into that. That dude did a seriously racial profile. Not really profiling, but he was blackface saying the N-word, and he had apparently an African American guy on the side of him who was apparently a dude dressed in a dress. I don't think he'd get any worse than that, but I mean, every time I keep saying that, it seems like they come up with something else.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
There's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up, Mr. Como.
He's eating ramen noodles. Man. I gotta be careful with what I play on here.
I'm tired of this Black Lives Matter lie. Yeah, anywhere you go, I go to Grubhub, Uber Eats, Twitter, Facebook. Hell, Instagram. I get a telemarketer calling me, please donate to Black Lives Matter. I'm tired of this damn lie, so I'm going to expose it. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I got to show you, because if I don't show you, you're going to call me a liar and a sellout and an Uncle Tom and a coon. Bad things happen to all races by the cops. Yeah, that catchphrase, Black Lives Matter, it duped a lot of us, but it didn't get us. Yeah, it's catchy though, but I didn't fall for it. Look here, first case.
Newly released body camera footage of this police shooting shows Daniel Shaver's last moments. Police were responding to reports of a man pointing a rifle out of a hotel room window.
Hands up in the air! You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand? Please do not shoot me.
Begging for his life.
Then listen to my instructions. I'm trying to do it. Don't talk! Listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're gonna fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me? Yes, sir.
An officer then orders Shaver to crawl toward him. Shaver complies, but then moves his right hand behind him despite the warning.
This kid is drunk. Yeah. He's begging for his life. Yeah. And the cop shoots him anyway. Yeah. The cop walks. Yeah, gotta quit him. You didn't hear about it because he's white. Just imagine if this kid's name was Tyrone. A black kid crying. Imagine if this was George Floyd begging for his life. Yeah. It'd be front page news, but you didn't because it's some white kid with privilege. They're not going to show you that case because they're trying to spin it like this only happens to black folks. Next case. This Tony's the only thing we can get.
In 2016, Tony Timpa called Dallas police for help.
You're going to kill me.
And this
You're going to kill me.
was the help he got. Restrained
Tony, start to school.
and mocked until he died.
This was a tragedy. It was needless and avoidable.
From a Dallas parking lot, Timpa dialed 911 and said he was a schizophrenic, was off his meds, and had taken cocaine.
Tony, look at me, bro.
Officers show up, but Timpa is hysterical, already handcuffed by a store security guard. He's then restrained like this for about 14 minutes, and officers can be heard laughing as Timpa's face is buried into the ground. Jeff Henley is representing Timpa's family against the city of Dallas in a federal lawsuit. He says officers knew Timpa was on something and should not have restrained him this long.
From this, radically prone position, Tony is going to suffer asphyxia.
When Timpa does stop breathing, officers continue to crack jokes.
Is he asleep? He's snoring, that's what it was.
But they stop in their tracks when a paramedic says the 32-year-old is dead.
all this stuff.
He's dead.
He's what?
Dead.
He died just like George Floyd did. Yeah, smothered him to death. But this guy didn't have an extensive prison record like George Floyd, right? And the cops are mocking the dude after he's dead. He's saying he's asleep. Yeah. You didn't hear about it because he's white. Imagine if this guy was a black guy. Two police officers standing over a black body, laughing.
Chat.
You're not gonna hear about it. Doesn't fit the media narrative. Next case.
Police body camera footage captured the shooting, and the moment officers realized there was a boy in the car.
My name's Sarkeet.
6-year-old Jeremy Martist, who is autistic, died in the front seat, shot 4 times. His father, Chris Few, was critically wounded. Speaking publicly about that night for the first time today, Mr. Few told the jury officers gave no warning before they opened fire. I had my hands in the air, Few testified. I put my hands out the window. They kept shooting. Several witnesses also told the jury Mr. Few had his hands up, which body camera footage appears to confirm. But Officer Derek Stafford's attorney says he and his partner acted in self-defense after a 2-mile pursuit.
He negligently and intentionally reversed his vehicle in an attempt to hit the officers.
Few admitted to drinking that night but told the jury he would never hit an officer and only wanted to get his son to a caretaker so the boy wouldn't be involved in a possible arrest. The prosecution argues nothing Few did that night justified the deadly response.
Derek Stafford is on trial, and it's just a shame that they want to put the victim on trial.
A 6-year-old white autistic kid and his father get shot up, gunned down by 2 black police officers. Now, the father lived, but the kid didn't. Yeah. You didn't hear about this. Yeah. Because the victims are white. Yeah, little boy, man, 6 years old, got shot 5 times. They emptied 18 rounds in that car. That horrible thing that happened to Tamir Rice up in Cleveland, right? They singing that out like this only happens to black kids. There's an article I found. Now tell him, Tamir Rice was a 12-year-old kid. Yeah. They got shot and killed because he was brandishing a fake gun. A toy gun. It looked real. It was a gun replica. Yeah. Right? Cops roll up, shoot and kill the young kid, right? Now, this is not an isolated incident. There's an article up on Washington Post written back in 2016 over the span of 2 years, 85 to 86 shootings by cops, people brandishing fake toy guns. Yeah. 50 of them that died out of the 86, they were white. Yeah. You didn't hear about it because it doesn't fit the media narrative. Yeah. That whole Black Lives Matter, it's a lie. That's what pisses people off in that organization on the news. That's why they mock people when they say all lives matter. No, all lives matter doesn't. It's not that. It's just about black lives. Because if you say all lives matter, it kills that narrative. That narrative falls apart. Everybody knows that there's black men is not being gunned down by systemically racist police force. They act like this damn United States is like a scene out of that damn movie, The Purge. Yeah. And they keep saying, look at the prisons. All these black people incarcerated. Why? Because of the color of their skin, or because they was robbing people, killing people, committing crimes? If they're in jail because they're black, it's 2020. It's pretty easy to get them out. You gotta have evidence to be in jail. Derek Chauvin's case, they're painting this like he's a white supremacist. Right. That he killed George Floyd because he was black. But why is that the default? Simply due to the fact that Chauvin was a white guy and George Floyd was black? I could see if there's evidence that this dude was in the KKK or he had racist emails. There's a history of racism, Nazi tattoos or something. It's got to be something. Your default cannot be racist just because he's white and the victim's black. That's being racist. Look, the 4 cops involved with George Floyd's death, and that was a murder. Yeah. All 4 of them need to be held responsible for that. Right. I'm not saying that. But out of the 4 police, it wasn't 4 white police officers. No. 2 of them was white. Yeah. 1 was Asian. Yep. And the other one was black. Yeah. So how is this prove that there's systemic racism in the police force? Why does this dude Chauvin, why do we look at him and say this is all cops? When we look at black folks, we don't say they're all criminals. When we look at white folks, we don't say they're all racist. Yeah. When we look at Muslims, we don't say they're all terrorists. Why do we get to call all cops bad because of one bad cop? Because that's what the media wants. They're going to push this narrative. And look how it's divided the country. Yeah. They have split this country in half. These riots, people actually think cops out there hunt down black people for the simple fact that they're black, and there's no evidence of that. None. No statistics, no facts. They just tell you that black men are getting gunned down. It's all BS. It's all BS. And that's why I would never stand with Black Lives Matter. Because it's all a lie. It's a lie to simply make black black people feel that they're less American than everybody else. Yeah, to keep black people indebted to the Democrat Party. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And look at Black Lives Matter organization. Look at all the contributions they get. Look where their money's going. It's going to Democrat president.
Hang on, let's get a zoom in on that. I guess that's as best as it's gonna get. The channel is Hodge Twins, so if you check that out, you might be able to find a source on that.
Presidential candidates. It's not going to black people. It's not going to black neighborhoods. No, it's going to rich old white men running for president. Oh, yeah, that's what I call white privilege. Yeah. Go to officialhorsetwins.com and pick you out a patriotic t-shirt today. Hell, I'm even giving you 20% off. Just type in discount code Chinese virus. We call it Chinese because it's from China. We making t-shirts great again. Yeah.
You can I could play it, but you know what they are gonna do about violence and their bullshit. So you can just read the top. I don't know if you all can see what I'm seeing now. If anybody can just let me know in the chat that you can see the Twitter feed, just that would be greatly appreciated. But as you see, if you can see this, it says rider trying to mug an innocent civilian is stopped by a courageous bus driver who saw altercation taking place. If you want to know what he did, he basically slammed the shit out of him on the floor. Basically. Oh, man. Yada yada. Turns out the celebs behind the I Take Responsibility video got it a bit wrong and want to apologize. Let's hear them out. I hope they didn't put nothing in here they shouldn't be shown on this.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility.
Okay, no, I am not watching that. That's already freaking me out right now.
Our 911 response times have tripled in the area. They've gone from just over 5 minutes.
Hold on. Seattle Police Chief and representatives, robberies and all sorts of violent acts have been occurring in the area and we're not able to get to them. Okay, that's a lie. If you've seen Apply for Truth For You, that YouTube channel, he clearly shows that there are cops around an area where these looters are basically robbing the stores in front of them. I'll let us
to about 18 minutes. Rapes, robberies, and all sorts of violent acts have been occurring in the area they were not able to get to. So it is not a right for us not to be able to deploy our officers here.
Chief Best spoke with protesters several times, and she and command staff evaluated the building and found someone did breach the facility.
There is some damage, and it clearly is a mess around here, so we need to do a lot of cleanup. Our 911.
Yeah, man, that's a bold-faced lie. They show actual officers not doing anything to a single riot. It's not saying that all cops are like that. And what the crap? What the crap? Ultimately, the fight for the world is a fight against the moral depravity of globalists, the wealthy, and the elite, or as has been said so often, the fight between good and evil. They want no boundaries of nation, morals, age groups, nothing. Depravity rules them. Okay, I am not playing that, and I have. Why and what the hell was he thinking when he wore that? Seriously, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to be funny. I don't know. Breaking the refusal, racism, dark money exposed. We did get a grant from Soros. We're trying to meet the. Wait, what? Breaking, fascism, dark money exposed. We did get a grant from Soros. We're trying to meet with Tom Steyer, has political ambitions and not want to be directly connected Dominicans, the national. Okay, that does need to be played.
We did apply for a grant from Soros at one point a long time ago. We actually did get a grant from them. There is going to be a need for thousands of people and then millions to come into the streets.
We're trying to meet with Tom Steyer. We've been talking to his assistant. We're meeting with his main advisor on impeachment. I think he has political ambitions that he may actually want to not be directly connected. In Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and this at a certain point dominates the national news. It's very disruptive to the court.
Last week, we released video of New York Antifa-like group Refuse Fa, short for Refuse Fascism, training people how to poke people's eyes out and reframing assault as self-defense.
Yeah, so if that doesn't knock him out, then yeah, the nose, the eye, poke the eyes with the other day. See how it is. Absolutely. We just kind of wanted to, in the space, reframe the idea of self-defense as not simply you're being acted upon by an aggressor, but it's a kind of a decision you make to fight back. In a lot of ways to say, I'm human and I occupy this space and I'll be not.
Now today, we unmask undercover footage of their national organizer, the national organizer for Refuse Fascism, and we release footage that suggests who might even be funding their militant operation.
The ultimate vision is for people to break with their comfort and come into the streets day after day, night after night, in the hundreds of thousands until the millions, and not leave until they have to step down. The thing about this is that we see that this is not going to happen for normal change, because we are living in abnormal times. And the way we see this is that there is going to be a need for thousands of people and then millions to come into the streets and demand that the Trump-Pence regime must go. We did apply for a grant from Soros at one point a long time ago when I was doing more abortion rights and defending clinics. We actually did get a grant from them around, we started a thing called the National Day of Appreciation for Abortion Providers. Contributing money is a huge, look, we are not going to reach millions without millions. That's just straight up. We are not going to do it. We need millions of dollars to reach millions of people. You know, if you can get a meeting with either one of those, Sarah Taylor or Andy Z, it would be a very important experience in your life.
We're trying to meet with Tom Steyer. And what, right now, I don't know if we took the meeting today. We're meeting with his main advisor on impeachment. They kind of, I don't know who that is. It's somebody.
That's kind of a big deal. I mean,
we're meeting. We've been talking to his assistant. He first said he was going to meet, then he got busy. He made the announcement. Tom Steyer's been retweeting some of our stuff.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to want it. I think he has, this is only me speaking based on reading newspapers from I think he has political ambitions.
Well, yeah, there's always been the rumor he's going to run for governor.
That he may actually want to not be directly connected.
It's not just Soros and Steyer who may have interest in groups like Refuse Fa and Antifa. It's also our friends in Silicon Valley.
Going to be meeting with the person who's donated. His money's not part of the 80,000, but he's donated over 50,000. We have other people who donated 10,000. So actually, you're not first, but you're not first, but you are first. And that if we could have right now $15,000, which is not very much money extra. This $15,000, what I've learned on this tour is we should have 3 of these tours going out to campuses right now. I met with the Electronic Frontier Foundation. I think you're familiar with them. They're the main people for fighting around net neutrality and all this stuff. What I've learned on this tour is we should have 3 of these tours going out to campuses right now. I met with the Electronic...
Pause. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but the guy's name is the Electronic Frontier Foundation. The guy's name is Steve. Was a not, and he's the I don't even know how the heck you pronounce that name. Steve Wozniak, and he's the co-founder apparently. Huh.
Frontier Foundation. They're the main people for fighting on net neutrality and all this stuff.
The Frontier what?
Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Okay.
It's the main organization that fights for internet privacy, net neutrality. It's a major organization. I met with them. They're in San Francisco, headquartered in San Francisco, and they're going to help us get connected.
Our cities are on fire. With riots in the streets and elections at stake, everything seems so organized. It's not a surprise that presidential campaigns might get involved.
P.Z. Myers, Cornel West, Arturo O'Farrell, and these are major figures in the arts and sciences who are definitely not revolutionaries, okay? And you'll see there's people, Hillary campaign people work with these fascists, because they see that they have to create a kind of demand from below.
For what?
A kind of demand from below.
Oh, right.
Trump-Pence regime must go.
Yeah.
Where there's
the abolition.
Yeah, where there's the kind of situation that did exist in South Korea, where the society itself is both a serious crisis in that, just imagine if, let's put millions aside for a second, that there was 10 to 50,000 people demonstrating in those 5 cities, which if they were demonstrating, I can tell you from history, it would be spreading like wildfire and storm. That number of people who were protesting, at first maybe every week and then every 3 days and then every other day, where people were coming after work and the streets were flooded every night from 5 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was probably among younger people there'd be a few thousand who stayed overnight. And this was happening in Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York. This at a certain point dominates the national news. This is just cities are in a certain sense non-violent demonstrations, but that's still very disruptive force. That has international repercussions. Look at what's happening in the U.S.
Damn. More and more evidence is coming out. President of the BLM 57 describes what he saw of the incident. He says afterwards you could see part of the man's I'll play the audio. It's like 36 seconds. President of that BLM 757 describes what he saw of the incident. He says afterwards you could see part of the man's skull. He was asking everyone to pray for the man who believes was in his 30s. Waving news. Oh, dude.
All right, what did you see? We witnessed taking down the monument, the Confederate monument, and there was an individual in the front. They were pulling on a cord, and they had been working at the legs for some time. They had been trying to get it down, and then there was a gentleman who was directly in front of the statue, and when the statue finally did get away, it came and fully hit him in the head, and we could see that his skull was actually showing. He was convulsing on the ground. He lost a great amount of blood, and we were just asking everybody to pray for that man right now. So I wasn't able to get some. All right, what did you see?
Nope. Don't repeat. Oh, damn.
Wish they would quit lying about what you've done specifically for the black community. So you got radical liberal journalists like Joy Reid from MSNBC, Don Lemon from CNN, Roland Martin, who are putting more poison into the black community than any drug dealer, who are killing more black folks than any white person with a sheet over their face. How are they doing it? Spreading these lies about the economy you had, Mr. President, before the virus was a continuation of Obama. That's just factually not true. I have a degree in accounting. I keep up with the economy. They're lying. So to all these folks on MSNBC, CNN, Roland Martin, what, you afraid to have real black Republicans who know what the hell they're talking about? I wish they would quit lying about what you've done.
Oh, man. Good morning, Patriots. Word of the day. Anarchy, a state of disorder due to absence of non-recognition of authority. Corrupt Democrats have thrust the American citizen into a world of anarchy, appeasing 10% of the population but destroy 100% of the population. Huh. There's no volume. Man, they're going after the statue of Christopher Columbus? Damn.
Posting about George Floyd's funeral, yet everybody that had COVID couldn't go see their families. The same fucking douchebags that want to sit at home all these weeks and months and cry about, why are you out without a mask on? You guys are putting us all at risk. Crying behind their fucking computers, making posts about masks and how we shouldn't be out and social distancing. Now you want to come out and you want to say that it's okay to have a fucking funeral? Now? Without social distancing? You can go fuck yourself too. And you all know who I'm talking about, because I don't bite my tongue. These are friends on my fucking page. Fuck you, hypocrites. Posting.
She is right, though. I want to point out, I probably should have said it at the beginning of the video, I'm not advocating violence in any way. I'm just showing the truth for what it is of stuff that the other media such YouTube probably is going to take this video down anyway. Hopefully enough people will see it before it does. But so far I've been able to avoid anything too questionable to where they would try that. I don't even know if you can all can even see this or not. The Washington Post. In fact, why did let me put my damn shield and cap back on. Man. Whew, man. Okay. What? Whew.
The death of George Floyd on the streets of Minneapolis was a grave tragedy. It should never have happened. It has filled Americans all over the country with horror, anger, and grief. We support the right of peaceful protesters, and we hear their pleas. The voices of law-abiding citizens must be heard, and heard very loudly. We will stand with the family of George Floyd, with the peaceful protesters, and with every law-abiding citizen who wants decency, civility, safety, and security. But what we are now seeing on the streets of our cities has nothing to do with justice or with peace. The memory of George Floyd is being dishonored by rioters, looters, and anarchists. The violence and vandalism is being led by Antifa and other radical left-wing groups who are terrorizing the innocent, destroying jobs.
Did this for no reason.
The mobs are devastating the life's work of good people and destroying their dreams.
It was so hard to get you. So hard.
It harms those who have the least. We cannot and must not allow a small group of criminals and vandals to wreck our cities and lay waste to our communities. We must defend the rights of every citizen to live without violence, prejudice, or fear. Healing, not hatred, justice, not chaos, are the mission at hand. I stand before you as a friend and ally to every American seeking justice and peace. No one is more upset than fellow law enforcement officers by the small handful who fail to abide by their oath to serve and protect.
The article that posted, the person who posted this says, replying to real Donald Trump, President Trump shows empathy for protesters and Twitter deletes it. Why? Please retweet this so people can see and share. I still can't tell if... Hold on.
Another breaking, we have Orv Almond died in his sleep, ladies and gentlemen. It just happened. Orv Almond is Jason Aldean's lawyer. So we have another Vegas connection death. Very timely coincidence. Or is it? This is getting really ridiculous now, guys. Amy Summers comes on Facebook about 3 or 4 hours ago and makes the announcement that her friend Orv Almond is definitely dead. And this was Jason Aldean's lawyer. This is getting out of hand.
Let me read that out. Okay, Danny Contreras, an eyewitness in Las Vegas shooting survivor who publicly claimed there were multiple shooters involved in the attack, has been found dead in an empty house in Las Vegas with multiple gunshot wounds. His body was found in a vacant home in a northeastern valley after a neighbor, heard a man groaning inside the building and called 911. Police say Contreras was dead when they arrived at the 58,000 block of Cary Avenue near North Nails Boulevard. The woman who called emergency services to the scene says she didn't hear any gunshots, but the coroner confirmed that Danny Contreras, 35, died of multiple gunshot wounds and ruled his death a homicide. Danny Contreras has become the latest Las Vegas survivor to die in suspicious. There's been a lot of unusual murders happening around lately. Found dead witnesses all have one thing in common. They all provided information that calls the official narrative in question. They were all ignored by law enforcement and mainstream media, directly contradicting the official narrative that only one shooter fired on the Route 91st Harvest Festival crowd. Danny Contreras tweeted the day after the attack saying hang on, let me wait till he scrolls down. He was lucky to be alive after he was chased by two gunmen. Posting on Twitter, Danny Contreras stood in solidarity with many of the survivors and instead of that there were multiple gunmen involved in the attack. His tweet was retweeted hundreds of times. In the face of all the evidence and countless survivor testimonies, mainstream media is perpetuating a major cover-up by claiming there was only one shooter. Las Vegas Review-Journal reported on the death of Danny Contreras and claimed that Metropolitan Police Department Homeland LT Dan McCarthy told them Mr. Contreras may have had gang ties or have been involved in narcotics. While this may or may not be true, what is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore is the number of bodies stacking up after the Las Vegas shooting. Now, here's the thing about this. These news platforms are lying their asses off, right? There's got to be some type of law that is out there that is basically meant for them not to be lying about this. about anything by just being accepting a payoff by giving falsified news, especially with an emergency. Even though this whole thing is a false flag bullshit smokescreen that they're using to basically get people to comply with their bullshit. There's got to be some kind of law out there that basically kicks these news reporters who, like CNN and Fox and all those other platforms that are, controlled. There has to be something to basically be able to kick them in the ass to basically deal with this. Now, it's like 30 something minutes. I still got like a whole bunch more footage to go through. Over it now being censored. Watch this on last week. Oh well, I guess I can fit that much time in there. I don't know, because we're literally hitting almost an hour here. Okay, hang on. John Bailman, it's like Beilman, who was wanted by federal agents, followed the discovery of a communication device in the hotel room of the official identified shooter. Stephen Paddock killed both himself and his disabled daughter in an apartment murder-suicide. The fuck? Whoa, pause. The Mandela Bay valet who parked Stephen's Paddock's car went missing in the days what? In the days following the shooting, after giving an interview to a Hawaiian mainstream outlet KITV4, in which he contradicted the official narrative and pointed out that the Paddock didn't have many bags, certainly not enough to cart 27 semi-automatic weapons, thousands of rounds and modifications up to the room. Mr. Nishimura has yet to surface. Unfortunately, the fate of the eyewitnesses is more certain. Kimberly Suckma of Apple Valley, California, was found dead in her home. Dude, what the hell is this? But you know something? If I'm not mistaken, judging from what this sounds like, these people could have been involved in like something very illegal. And what was happening is, right? Now they don't have any confirmation because the evidence, they're trying to hide the evidence, right? But from what this looks like, it seems like these are people who got involved with the wrong crowd, and unfortunately, this stuff is so bad that they're being silenced one by one. And it's just so bad that it's very serious. Like, they are really going as far as to silence as many people about that as possible when it comes right down to it. Formerly, people who are like eyewitnesses, people who were involved with the people mostly close to the incident in question. But I guess the farther and farther I go, the farther and farther I eventually find out what this really is. Of Apple Valley, California, was found dead. Yeah, found dead. Hours after her husband. Now, this is still about Kimberly Sakamo. I don't even know how to pronounce her last name. Hours after her husband left for work, Ms. Sakamo gave a very detailed account of what happened in Las Vegas, insisting there were multiple gunmen involved in the shooting, claiming the mainstream media was not telling the truth. Kimberly was planning on. I just got away from the scroll back down. You can only see. Oh wow, I had no idea. You guys can only see a white screen. Damn. Okay. We're about to hit an hour, so I guess I'll stop the stream here. I'm about to figure out how to deal with that because I was trying to basically have it show the Twitter feed. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the link to the Twitter page for you all to check out for yourselves, and then you could just see all the stuff that I basically just went through. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. Take care, everybody. Over there. Oh, you ain't joking. That is just the white screen. Now I see what this is. That's like a browser, but like I tried using it, but it's just not working right.